Okay, here we go. Everything should be set up. Yeah, that was something, I'll tell you. But I try and avoid show my genuine upset stuff. Like, I'll rant, yeah. I rant and rave, but I generally try and avoid literal vicious upset. But nah, there's just sometimes, where you're just so upset by something that it just, it just, it makes you snap, It makes you snap. You're just like, you just sit there and you're like, yeah, no. You just sit there like, yeah, no. And I feel like sometimes people have to accept when they're just not enjoying a game anymore. I feel like it's a healthy mindset, yeah. To accept that you're just not having fun with a game anymore. I feel like if you force yourself to play something you don't enjoy, you're more ruining your own personal, enjoyment of stuff. You're ruining your, I once almost utterly destroyed my enjoyment of gaming because of, forcing myself to play stuff that I clearly just don't enjoy. And sure, you can play something if you want to finish it, but I can't. I can't. I think that's probably the first time since I started playing again, I literally have just closed that game through an Alt F4 and then just, oh, have I got stick drift? Please don't. Happy. The camera's wonky in this game anyway. Now, what were we doing previously? But yeah, I'm gonna put that behind me, I'm gonna put that stress behind me. No point caring about that. That was a experience, sure, but I think it's better that I just don't play that game until they fix some stuff. Because very clearly, I'm just not enjoying the experience. I very clearly was just getting annoyed. Oh yeah, I was going here, wasn't I? This is what I want to do next. Oh, the audio better not. Let me reset the audio quickly, 1 second. While we're in a loading screen, let me just reset the audio. I have so much. You know what? Let's buy some Smith. I say buy some Smith. I've got like 5 billion Smith. So, let's see what I can buy from the round table just to get rid of these items. Because even if you don't get your full monies back, having at least something. Oh, I could upgrade some weapons. But what do I even upgrade? I guess I could upgrade the great guitar. First spear, isn't it? Iron ball? Iron ball sounds like a good idea. Oh, let's upgrade the... do I upgrade the iron ball? Do I have the spike ball? Let's go in here. If I got the spike ball, I'll upgrade the spike ball. I love how my mood's suddenly gone 5 billion times better as soon as I stop playing this. As soon as I stop playing, that game, my mood just shoots up. I guess, I've learned recently that while Elden Ring does annoy me, yeah, there are worse games than Elden. This is why I say Elden Ring for today is a good game, but I personally don't think it stands up against older games. I definitely think Elden Ring, for a modern game, is definitely a better experience than everything else. I still have issues with this game, but I think I can actually stay relaxed during this because I've just started finding I get less frustrated at this game. The more I play it, the more I just do. The more I stop caring about playing the game in a fair way, the more I stop caring about playing it properly. And when I say properly, I don't mean refusing to use spirit summons or broken actual walls, but more I just look for the most ridiculously buggy ways to win. That's when I realize, okay, yeah, this game's actually somewhat enjoyable now, because I feel like this game's funner to break than it is to legitimately play it. Breaking this game, glitching it out, is more fun than playing the game properly. That's my opinion. Also, this is pretty much just the same sword. So, the dev's so lazy. Not as lazy as the Undisputed devs who can't even do slight balance changes to, major issues. Anyway, let's stop talking about Undisputed because I'll upset myself again. So we're just going to ignore the existence of that game. It's not installed anymore. It no longer exists. I wonder how much I can actually upgrade before we run out of currency, you know? I wish there was just a way to, say, instantly upgrade as high as you can. Instead of having to do this over. Like, legitimately, this is such a bad upgrade system. This is like some monster. Well, it's not monster hunter levels, but it's still pretty bad. It's like, Jesus, let me upgrade to the point I want to be upgraded to, you know? Wow. Like, this is so bad. Oh, how many times do I have to... My finger's going to bleed before I finish this. I tell you. Like, I'm going to wear through my skin just by mashing this button so much. Because of how slow it is. Hurry up, game. Oh. Oh my... I have to switch hand because my finger hurts. I don't have good fingers as it is. And so it's like... I have to switch hands to be able to, like, keep mashing so much, you know? Oh my goodness, so much to upgrade. Oh, such hard work, I tell you. Such hard work. I am obviously Mickey taking, but this still is actually kind of annoying. But we're making headway. We're making headway for all the currency I've got. So we might actually get down to a reasonable level where I don't have to really worry about losing stuff, so I can actually upgrade a bunch of weapons. They really need to just... Like, I'm not joking. Next update, just add an upgrade as far as you can option. Because it is so annoying. I just realized, Rusted Anchor apparently has really high poise break. So I'm wondering if you could make a flip spam build with a Rusted Anchor. That would actually be kind of funny. I think you can actually put Lion Claw in it. That's actually kind of funny. We could literally make a Lion Claw, like, Rusted Anchor build. I'm pretty sure that used to be, like, one of the most strongest builds in the game, where it would, like, straight one-shot people before it got nerfed. Okay, we're almost down. Look at it. It's below 20. Oh, we're almost there. Hey! There we go. There we go. We wasted all our currency because we don't really need it. Like, this is what I'm telling you. They need to just make it so you can farm everything, like, with actual currency. Just make it so, like, after you've beaten the main game or you got to a certain point, just make it so merchants get, like, certain items that you can't usually find. Like, in there, you can make it super expensive. Like, you could make it, like, 30,000 per item. You can make it 40,000 per item. You can make it 100,000 per item. Just make it so I can get rid of all these... Like, I literally... It's so easy to farm up, like, extreme amounts of items, you know? It's just annoying that I can't just have it. I wonder if I should replace my flask with a bunch of, like, regeneration stuff. But yeah, we're going to be the poise machine. That's what we're going to do. I don't really care about playing fair. Like, I feel like people who get told that they're not playing the game right for, like, using broken stuff and ashes and that, like, you're not playing the game wrong. You're playing it perfectly how it's intended. The game's designed to be broken. That's why I think it's so unfair. You know? Easy money. But yeah, that's why I think it's so unfair, yeah? Because you're meant to choose it. The game becomes like a joke once you realise the game's just not meant to be played with consideration for fairness. As soon as you realise that, like, it becomes such a better experience, you know? Maybe we could co-op. I don't know. No, co-op makes it like the co-op balance is terrible. Like, I'm not joking. Like, who thought like higher health and damage to like such degrees was the way to make co-op more balanced? You're an idiot. Like, you're an actual idiot. Like, that's, like, you could have just balanced co-op by giving them just more health in general, and then made it so, like, they have higher, like, I don't know, they have more attacks or something.
In our meeting, we know that we can. We will never. I pay me no more. I'll serve it. No. Stop. What did you just? Wait. No. I have one and only his. I am in your. But I will hear. I have one and only his.
Forgive me. I failed you. Failed to birth you. But it won't be long now. I will soon be a mother. I will give you new life. I assure you. You will have life. Please, it isn't. Please, it isn't. Please, it isn't much.
The thing is, I don't get why he betrays us, like, you know, when he gains the power to, like, birth things or whatever. Like, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of storylines in this game are just stupidly bad. Like, stupidly bad. You could really say it's rushed development, but I don't believe that. Because there's only, like, what, 3 real storylines in this DLC. The others are just sort of like, do this task. Do this activity. And even then, like, the other storylines are pretty much the exact same. Even the real storylines are sort of like that. Like, I honestly feel like they need to overhaul how they do quests in FromSoft games in general. I feel like FromSoft has gotten very lazy with how they do quest design. They got too comfy with being lazy with their quest design. One good thing is that pretty much I don't have to think too much because I'm just going to cheese it. Oh, oh well. Come here, big boy. Oh wow, that hurt. Uh-huh. Oh wow. This actually might be a fight where we can't do the cheese with. Yeah, this might actually be a fight where we can't do this cheese with. We actually need to play this proper. Okay. Okay, guys. We gotta play this fight proper. Ow! I was hoping to cheese ball it, but you can't cheese ball this fight. Ironically, every hard fight you can cheese ball, but then the fight that's considered the easiest, you can't cheese ball it with that. But every other fight you can. Like, I might go help some people fight like, obviously in co-op you can't, so I couldn't really say I could help people, but yeah. I honestly dislike how damage works in this game. It's so. I wonder if maybe make that. But I could try the double bracket. Like, I believe that gives me like 20% extra percent. And look at that amount of damage that does. Wow. That's insane. I've given up on this being like a gimmick run. I just want to kill bosses here. So I want to do the whole Royal Knight or Swordsman run. But I'm not going to like force myself to play in a way where I just know I'm going to be absolutely miserable playing it, you know? Oh, here we go, UFO. Like, yeah, Starfist are just amazing. Could you imagine Starfist with Iron Jar versus Radahn? Also, I don't think you kill them. They, like, turn into a force. Like, but could you imagine Starfist versus, like, Radahn with Iron Jar? Oh, that would be so toxic against Radahn. That would be so toxic. Because it already has pre-built and bleed, so all you gotta do is, like, put some rock grease on it or something and, like, have an arcane build. Not even an arcade build. Nah, I don't even need that. Because in all honesty, like, bleed isn't even the big thing. Bleed's just a little bit of a bonus on this, really. I'm gonna be honest. Bleed's just like a bonus. I have to say, this is probably one of the most beautiful arenas. Too bad you don't get to see much of it. Like, I really wish, like, this is, like, a thing I think many people criticize. So every Remembrance boss needs a cutscene. The fact that there's no cutscene for this is utterly ridiculous. Anyway, time to Iron Jar cheese. Well, I'm activating it now. Oh, now I have to roll. No. Examine.
You've wounded Count irreparably. Savage he wishes for you.
Oh, you're so tough. Oh, such a hard fight.
Count's concerns.
Oh, such a challenging fight. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, yeah, this is taking so much effort. Oh, such a challenging fight. Oh, so good. I'm sorry, like, Iron Jar really does just make a joke of most things.
Grant me a mother's strength.
I wish Iron Jar actually lasted. I wish it had like an on and off switch. I wish there was like an anti-Iron Jar arrow. We have to literally wait for him to finish talking, don't we?
The only mother.
We still hit him! That hitbox. Oh wow. Oh no. Oh no. And dig!
Truly, I desire.
Oh! 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 Iron Jar Destroyer! Iron Jar Destroyer right here! Also, that armor looks so good in the Iron Jar state. I actually didn't realize how good that armor looked. That was insane though. Like, we just absolutely eviscerated him. I wish there was an alternative ending to that though. Like, I do dislike the ending. I wish there was like a different ending, but it is what it is, right? Also, the fact that this place still stays neutral ground after you've literally completed the quests. Oh yeah, we need to rest first. I don't get why we need to rest. Like, it's just inconsistent. Very inconsistent. I might do like a help people co-op stream tomorrow or the day after. Feel the power of grace. You know, see light. Give me your spirit, Ash. Yes, it does. Accept the pain. The pain.
Never was.
Man. Lovely, lovely. And now we go up here. Oh, sorry, I just saw the, like, the ruins for the Booey tree avatar, and I was just like, no, go away, please. Oh, I just remembered something hilarious. I have not done this on video, but I am a mage, and I'm tempted just to respec all my stats just to do this. You know, I'm tempted to respec all my stats, because you can stone drill Mesmer to death super easy, apparently, with Iron Jar. Now, Mesmer usually has a buck ton of health if you co-op, so I've not been able to do it properly. I've done it in co-op, and it's still actually shockingly effective. But Stone Driller is actually a thing. People do not realize how good that is. Like, in PvP as well, people get caught off guard when I use it on them. They're like, wait, what? And they start panic rolling so they get drilled more. And it's actually the slam that's hard to hit. The drill itself actually does more damage. And the slam, if it's a gank, you could instantly do it and it does an AoE. Like, I forget its actual name. I'm pretty sure I can go in here and check its actual name. A Rock Blaster. This is such a good spell. Like, people really don't realize how good this is. Like, even with, like, the infinite FP, like, being nerfed, you can really still just... I tell you, Rock Blaster. People do not respect that spell enough. They do not. Like, PvE, PvP, it's such a good spell, especially if you got Iron Jar. It's so good. If you got high points, they can draw and stuff like that as well. It's just like, oh. Respect it. Respect the Rock Blaster, because I tell you, the amount of people I've caught slacking with that, because they just don't think Rock Blaster is damaging. As soon as they get hit by it, they start respecting that spell, and they start going, I don't wanna tank that anymore. Like, sure, it doesn't stun me as much, but oh, that damage. And it is hilarious how quick and easy you can get people to respect the spell. Like, so many people try and make a mockery of, like, certain spells because they don't expect it to be just so destructive in its damage. But I tell you, if you don't respect spells like Rock Blaster, your health bar is going to disappear very quickly. I eviscerate health bars with Rock Blaster. I wish I had footage of it I could show you, because it was absolutely insane when I Rock Blasted this one person, and they just started doing this. Like, because they were like, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? The damage? And that's why I tell you, if you're just a pure mage with Rock Blaster and heavy armor, oh, that's not a fun time for your opponent. It's not a fun time for your opponent. It's a fun time for you. It's a fun time for you. That is entirely true. Oh, yeah. I love Rock Blaster. I won't hear any Rock Blaster slander. Like, people really... like, I just saw the meme build with it, and I wanted to try the meme build. And it was just like, oh my goodness, this actually is so good. If you could get someone one-on-one just to walk into it, you know? It's so good. It's actually, like... it's criminally underrated. Rock Blaster is criminally underrated. Also, I just realized I did a stupid. I walked past the person I wanted to put the ashes in so I could get the fully upgraded version. Because I'm stupid. Be terminally stupid. Can I jump to the top floor again? No, I can't. So I actually have to well, this is me being dumb, people. Welcome to episode 5000 on Angelo being a complete moron. But no, I'm just gonna say, I can't believe I used to get mad. Like, I got mad in my previous stream of this game. Like, this is so much more enjoyable. Because at least, like, I'm gonna be honest. Well, yes, animations cancelling for no reason in this game are annoying. I'm going to be so much honest. I actually, even if I don't think this game's the greatest game of all time, I say it's a 5. I'll always say it's like a 5 in my eyes. But I really like playing this game. I really do. And I think a lot of people need to accept that all because someone says the game isn't like a 10 out of 10, doesn't mean they hate the game. Now, I think the bosses in this game hold it back massively. I think certain enemy design and enemy placement and the world size hold it back. I feel like if they had half the totality, so including the DLC, if they just half that down, the game would be like an 8 out of 10, even with the boss issues. I think one of the biggest issues with this game is its replayability. It's just so limited by being an open world. Especially an open world as big as it is. Like, it is way too big of an open world to be considered, like, at all, sort of, like, anywhere close to a 10 out of 10. It's too big. It's not got enough in it. Like, you need a lot of things to do in your game, in my eyes, to be, like, a 10 out... Like, open worlds, in my opinion, is an actual chore for them to try and be a 10 out of 10. Purely because they got so much going against them by the nature of being an open world. Like, even Skyrim, if I was to be objective about it, it's probably like a 7 or a 6. Like, especially, like, if we compare it to, like, games that came before it, like Morrowind. Like, it is just so limited in comparison. Then again, so many games are limited in comparison to Morrowind, you know? Don't even get a proper animation or a cutscene or anything, that's not. But no, so should we go down to the depths of fire? Yeah, I think we're gonna go down to the depths. I think we're gonna go down here, yeah. We're gonna get the we're gonna do this. I'd want to do the Royal Knight Sword, but it's just not. Like, I imagine it, like, the Royal Knight Sword used to be so overpowered, but they nerfed it hard. Like, they nerfed so many weapons hard, and I'm just like, why? Why'd you nerf it? Like, I'm sure there's ways to still make it broken. But I hate every weapon now to be good needs, like, 6 billion buffs. Or they need to, like, have a status effect on them. Like, that actually makes me sad. Like, I should not be required to do Golden Vow, a Flame Grant Me Strength or something on every single weapon just for it to be decent. I think that, and then, like, one armor set. Like, if you want to make these absurdly broken damaged weapons, sure. But, like, just a general average weapon should not require me to use so many, like, buffs. I'm going to be honest. I do not feel like I should be forced to use this many buffs just to make certain weapons viable, especially in co-op. Like, in co-op, you see how these people play. Like, they have the full Rakasha armor set. They have, like, 3 buffs. They have, like, an item. They have, like, a maxed out weapon with a status effect. All just so they can get one shot by the enemy's overtuned damage. You know? All so they get one shot. That is all. Why even have it in my inventory? I missed this. Ooh, that was close. Okay, let's see if I have enough stats to use the Gears of Will. Because the Gears of Will is a really good way to cheese the golems, so I need to check if I have enough stats to use it. So we go up, up, hammer, 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 hammer. I can two-hand it, which isn't good enough. I need to be able to one-hand it. So no, I'm gonna have to good old-fashioned melee him to death. And honestly, this is quicker and costs less stamina, so using this probably would be more viable. I could also just run around and collect these. That's free. That. Oh, is that enough? I don't know. I'm thinking on statistics here. Maybe I can run over here and check. Because I also need one to, like, reactivate it. This is 5. Okay, you're telling me he aggroed from all the way over there. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of him, just so I don't have to deal with his aggro. I really should have got rid of him. Oh no, he's gonna do his big laser. The tracker on that is so... Now, I believe it's like 9 hits. I messed up timing because I've got like explosion in his blade. Oh. The only issue with Starfist is that it has no range. There we go. I have no idea how many hits this is, but it's a decent amount. Can you poise break already? This is actually insane. If he bugged out because that way took way too long. You know, I'm switching over sword. It's more consistent rate. Oh no, run away. Never mind, I get hit anyway because it took too long. How did I get away with that? I will never know, but I'll take it. Okay, I clicked jump, it bugged out. Lovely. Get punch spam! Punch spam! Punch spam! I think it's like, what? How many hits from this leg? I think you have to get like, what, 15? Okay, I'm just gonna switch leg. Okay, I think we got him. We got him. We got him. Yep. Move. Let me get to the face. Yeah! I can hit it. Oh, that's so good. Get out of here. Oil soaked here. Delicious. And we got enough jars where I think I can get him out pretty quickly. You know what? Let's get rid of these for now. This here. Put this here. Go up like this. No. Oh. Actually, no. Getting on the horse is important. Okay. So we got this in hand because I just want to have the easiest throws possible. So remember, he can't take damage until he's fully awakened. So, as soon as we throw in... You know what would have been great? Replacing all those Smith and Stone ones with Lost Astral Wars. I love how I'm just so used to that I threw the wrong pot. Okay, now run through, get on the horse. And now watch him cheat by flying stuff through the wall. I say cheat, but at least ain't just endless input reading along with like most obnoxious like stats in history. At least like this game I can know it's honest. It's not lying about what it's doing, you know? Like you can very obviously make out what the game's pulling with its like characters. Like it's not trying to well, outside of hitboxes with certain enemies, but that's just my face right now. You should see my face right now. It's so sad. But like the game's not trying to like deceive you with its like what it's doing. Like outside of hitboxes, which is really the only deceptive thing this game does, like everything's kind of obvious what the game's doing. You know? I don't even think you're meant to get up here, you know? That just one-shot it? They changed how that worked? I don't remember it doing that much damage. Or is it because I caught it mid-attack? It might have been because I got it in the face and that staggered it for some reason, then I caught it mid-attack. Wow. I don't think that's what it's meant to do, but I'll take it. I'll take the easy W. You know? I ain't gonna complain. I don't think that's how I don't think you're meant to one-shot it like that. But, okay. Sure. I might just take that and upload as like a clip, because I don't think that's what the game's meant to do. Like, you might have to double check that with Sherlock Holmes, because that needs some investigation. Oh, gee. Anyway, let's go get Recapture's armor. Or is it Recapture? English. What are you? I'd say this has been a lot of fun. Like, this has been nice and relaxed. I think I might definitely do some co-op, but I don't think I'll have it mic'd up. I think I'll have it like mute audio, so no commentary, and it'll just be me like co-oping for like an hour or however long. Because, like, I'll be honest, yeah, I can get very tired with streaming. Like, you know, my face right there, the way my eyes expanded, I saw the other realm for a second. I saw something beyond the shadow realms, you know. I suddenly saw like a pair of pearly gates about to slam me in the face with that one. Bugs. No, Flay! I honestly wish, I'm gonna be honest, that there was like a bug or fly head you could equip. But I actually really like, and this is one thing, even though it was a boss, I like that Lords of the Fallen did, was like have actual monstrous heads you could have. I like when games do that, because it really allows you to like customize your appearance. Sure, it might not be the most optimal meta, but just purely on terms of, oh no, I'm dead. I missed where I was meant to go, and I didn't go far enough. But no, I will say, I really like being able to do monstrous characters and like making them have inhuman heads and stuff. It'd be cool if you could give them like more inhumanish bodies as well. Do them more. Sorry, a little air bubble in my throat. Not an air. You get what I mean. I had trap wind. But no, I like making monstrous cat. I like the cosplay. Like, I feel like a game should try and have the most varied armor possible. Like, just because the big issue of this game is so much armor just looks like the same armor. But, oh, you put a color palette on it. But I honestly feel like if there was a genericified version of like all of the soldier types and all that armor, and they, instead of like making it so there's a bunch of armor sets, they made it so you could find like, I don't know, dyes or something, and then you use the dyes to make the many faction versions. That would have, in all honesty, been a better way to do it than how they actually did it. I believe there is there an enemy here? No, there isn't. That's the other path, isn't it? I already dealt with that, I'm pretty sure. Did I get Twin Turn Talisman? Yeah, I already got that. What's this? Oh yeah. One of these stupid place tags. I honestly hate how they went about this. I feel like they should have made all mini-bosses carry fragments, so it gives you a reason to fight the mini-bosses. It would have honestly been better than having the stupid reskinned swords and stuff be the reward. Like they have, like, instead of having a bunch of golden hippos. Because the thing is, they even did the mini-boss thing with a bunch of every hippo. Because they're not golden hippos, but they're hippopotamus. Like, having them, like, have Erdtree fragments. But that would have just been better design. Like, just have the hippos carry Erdtree fragments. It's Moo. No, come back here. I must have your ashes. Oh. It's a smithing stone. You lied to me. I know you didn't. I knew it was probably going to be a smithing stone. It always is. We can't just have instant game design. No, we have to have an item that only has 2 astral wards unique to it. And then we have, like, smithing stone stuff. Because apparently making new stuff's too hard for FromSoft. We gotta, like, just bring in, like, reskin stuff that's I'm not joking. I'm gonna go in here and just make a point here. Why? Why is this a thing? Like, it's a cool looking sword, but even if they just changed the blade to be wider, that would have been better. You think you're strong, ninja man, but I have sippy sips. And I have flippy flips. And you can't handle the flips. I am inevitable. Oh no. Okay, against this dude with his cheap little spam attack that they fed up for some reason. Why they speed this stuff, I will never. It's like, it's the most brain dead skill in the game. Sure, you can parry it, but I don't have a parry item on me. I really should get a parry item, because a lot of things in this DLC can be parried. No, my flip is better! My jump is better! Yeah, I'm just being obnoxious now. Because I'm just trying to have fun, you know. But no, like, I don't get why they made that attack faster. It's the greatest mystery in the universe. Anyway, now we got to figure out how to get down. Is it this way or is it the other way? I think it's not down here. Okay. Like, you can't survive falls that look perfectly survivable because this game's stupid. You only can survive like 5 inches. And if you fall anything further than 5 inches, you're dead. Honestly ridiculous. Like, I don't get why they up fall damage so much in this game. It's honestly, it feels like it's just a way to prevent people like finding quicker ways around the world, so they have to like mostly take the quotation marks proper path. That doesn't really work in an open world. It's kind of stupid. You know, like, why limit where I can go in an open world game based on like just heightening full damage to the moon? Anyway, it's time to fight the hippopotamus. Yeah, this is gonna end well, isn't it? Oh yeah, I have flippy spam, so yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're good. Like, there's nothing to fear. I just do this. I just go in, I nibble one of these just to get my health back. And then I nibble one of these to make sure I don't stay poisoned, so I don't waste my precious Estus heals. And why did my camera zoom out? So they do have camera zoom out. Nah, this makes me mad. They actually have camera zoom out. Look at this. This is straight up camera zoom. Isn't this literally what I said the Erdtree avatar needed? Isn't this straight up what I said the Erdtree avatar needed? Camera zoom. Why did you zoom my camera back in suddenly? Like, so it zoomed out, and then it zooms back in for no reason. You know what? I can... I'm shocked they don't make torrent moves. Oh, well. I forgot the bite attack is still stupid. Spin. We are flipping. Spin. Keep on flipping. Making bosses easy by abusing broken things. Flip. Keep on spinning. I wonder what song I was referencing there. Also, great song, by the way. I don't know a single lick of what it says, but the music's just pretty good. I'm not joking. What's with foreign music just having the greatest instrumentals and like just opera singing in the background? It's so good. Like, this foreign music is so good at that stuff. Like, even if the lyrics, like, translated sound stupid, like, the music itself is just so good. You know? I sort of miss old school music, you know? Like, back in the day, like, you used to get some really good hits of, like, music in general. And there's still some good bands nowadays, but they're really only in a certain genre, generally, like, rock or, like, something similar. And they're, like, very alternative and stuff, where it's like, you just don't get any classical stuff anymore. And it's kind of sad. I'm trying to remember which way I'll go from here. Because I know the dark, like, catacombs are somewhere around here. But I forget which way I go to unlock the path. Oh jeez, my eyes just went weird right there. But no, I just want to make a point right here, because I mentioned it earlier about, like, people seeming to... Oh, there it is. Like, people seem to treat, like, someone saying, this game's a 5 out of 10 as they hate everything about the game. No, it could just be one element of the game's just so frustratingly annoying that they can't overlook it. And it's such an extreme problem. Like, my two problems is the boss design in the open world is just kind of bad. And those are, like, in this kind of game, really big problems. That's like what half the game. So you sort of do have to say it's half of a good game. And the thing is, there's a lot of good stuff in the game. It's just, it doesn't outweigh the bad. And I feel like that's more an opinion thing, you know? That's just in my opinion. I feel like the bad outweighs the good in certain things. And like, I do think if FromSoft took another crack at it, they definitely could mitigate the issues. I feel like with the DLC they learned, you can't just have a humongous base, and so they made it a lot smaller. Which I think the DLC does really good because it's a smaller thing. So even if you don't like the bosses or certain enemy designs, like the world isn't as big, so you don't feel like you're wasting as much time. It feels like how FromSoft should have done the open world in the first place. Like a 20 to 30 hour experience instead of like 50, because that extra 20 hours really exposes a lot of the weaknesses of the game design that FromSoft makes. Like, the more you play a FromSoft game, the longer its story mode drags on, the base game drags on, the more holes show in their game design, I'm going to be honest. Okay, we're going to go back up so I can actually teleport out. But no, I honestly believe that. I feel like the more longer their base story playthrough is, the more cracks show in their game design philosophy. And I feel like that's really what my big issue with Elden Ring is. It's just like, it's too long. It's too long, it feels empty for its size, and the boss design just is kind of meh. And that's perfectly fine. Not every game's going to do it perfectly. Like, Dark Souls 2, which is the game that is most alike, had the issue of it tried new things, and it just didn't hit right, you know? And that's perfectly fine. Not everything has to hit perfectly on a game. You know? I feel like people expect that a game has to, like, be perfect on every element, you know? Everyone's just like, no, every element has to be great. We have to pretend like everything about the game is perfect. It's like, no. That sounds silly. Like, you could still like a game and you could still say it's your best experience, but I'm just saying if I was to put a mathematical number on this game, it would be a 5 out of 10. Like, personal enjoyment, I would say it's probably like a 7 for the DLC. And that's just counting the DLC. Because it's like, personal enjoyment is different to how balanced or well designed something is, you know? Like, it's like I feel like ratings are if you would recommend it to someone. I would not personally recommend this to someone who isn't already a fan, you know, or isn't used to this genre of game. Like, if it was a shooter player and I was looking for a game to get them into the action RPG genre, I would not recommend Elden Ring. It would be silly to recommend Elden Ring. I would recommend something like, I don't know, actually Bloodborne I'd probably recommend, or like something a bit more simple, you know? Like, Bloodborne would be a good one just because it's like, that's more someone who's maybe already dipped his toes in. I would recommend that. I'd probably recommend something like Devil May Cry. I haven't even played Devil May Cry, but it'd probably be like something I would recommend instead. Like something where it's more story orientated to keep someone engaged. And honestly, I'm not sure what I would actually recommend. Like, what would be that game I would recommend as in, like, the most recommendable and good to play game that I would recommend someone to, like, who's just starting out? I would probably say Dark Souls 3, actually. I'm not even a big fan of Dark Souls 3, but that's a solid game to, like, recommend to someone of you, just to point out a FromSoft game and go, this is what I recommend to people who want to get into, like, the series. You know? That is probably what I would recommend. Like, if I'm just straight honest with you. Dark Souls 3 definitely would be a recommended one. Because I honestly feel like it's the easiest one to get into, and it's the most linear of the games. So there's not much heavy thinking about where you want to go. But if I was just to go pure action RPG... I'm thinking here. I'm thinking of my catalogue of games. What would I recommend for an action RPG? I'll say Oblivion. Oblivion probably would be the game I would recommend. Just straight up. I think it's the best to recommend for, like, the genre, if I'm honest. Because it's just like, it's such a classic game, and it's so straight up. I would just say, pop in like quarter difficulty, so that would be not easy mode, but it would be like, I would say normal difficulty. Slap it on that. Remember, only level if you feel like so only rest if you feel like you got the stats for it, if you know what you're doing. Like, look up some guys on just how the leveling works. Maybe not Oblivion. Maybe Oblivion isn't the best choice. So what game would I recommend then? Because Oblivion's leveling system takes a bit of depth to get used to. So what would I recommend? I guess Skyrim? If I was just to go for an action RPG that's as easy to get into, I'd just say, do it on the second lowest difficulty. Just enjoy the game. Don't care about people who say you're not playing it right. Just use whatever broken item you've liked. That's probably what I would say. I'm honestly not sure what game I would recommend. And it's honestly very hard to just recommend a game, you know. I personally think. I personally have the view that it's really hard just to say this is the game I'd recommend. Probably why I never give a 10 out of 10 to a game. Because I more judge it on, can I recommend this game to someone who either has medium or no experience with the series. I feel like if you're purely basing your review on a game on how hardcore players enjoy it, then you're not being very honest with how you review it. Anyway, ignore you because I need to get rid of you. Because you will one-shot me if I don't get rid of you now. I guess that's sort of why I never highly rate games. Because I'm just like, I'm not sure if I would recommend it. Like, other game genres, it's very easy, but action RPGs, I feel like it's a very hardcore genre. Like, it's like fighting games, so action RPGs, in my opinion, I guess, I've never played Zelda, but I guess that's probably what everyone would recommend. Like, purely because it is just the easiest game series to get into, in my opinion. But I look at it and I'm like, I probably could get into this myself. Oh, no. No, no, no. Ooh. I literally knew he was there as well. For some reason. Backstab him! Ow! Yeah, it's actually kind of difficult to say what you'd recommend to someone. Well, I've never really thought about this before. What would I recommend to someone in action RPG? I guess I've never played Zelda, but I'd recommend Zelda purely because it's like, it is the simpler, not easier, simpler games to understand where it's like, it's sort of directing what it wants you to do. And a lot of those games are more like simple puzzle games over actual like combat. So that would probably be a recommendation. If I was purely to go on about like a game purely combat related, that I would recommend. I guess Dark Souls 3 I would have to stick by. I'd have to stick by my recommendation of Dark Souls 3. Because it's like, it's a game I've played, so I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is. I know exactly what people should expect from it. But yeah, if I was to say straight up, it would probably be Dark Souls 3. I'm not a big fan of Dark Souls 3. I feel like gameplay-wise, it isn't the greatest game of all time. But no, I would definitely say if I was just purely to recommend something for someone getting into the genre for the first time, they've never played this genre before, they've never touched an action RPG in their life, I would definitely say, like, Dark Souls 3 is probably the easiest one to get into. In its, like, totality. Just because it simplified so many mechanics. And it made so many things, like, straight up directly easy to understand. So yeah, I would say Dark Souls 3 actually, if I was just to purely recommend an action RPG someone wanted to get into where they want to experience like a difficult but not too... And I'm not on about the DLC, I'm just on about the base game, by the way. And I would tell them straight up, don't listen to what people tell you. You can overlevel, use broken stuff, whatever you want. Play how you enjoy the game. That would be my recommendation to people. Because so many people, it's like, really, I feel, playing the quotation marks proper way is if you're already used to the series. If you already played the series a bunch, then you can, like, play the quotation marks proper way. I feel like the proper way, people don't remember that that's really a thing that challenge runners and, like, all that use. And people just decided to make the meme a bit too serious. I guess that's what happens when you have sort of quotation marks casuals take over a genre. It does end up becoming a bit of a joke where they say, oh, you gotta play it the proper way, and they don't realize that it's meant to be a joke when you say it like that. Okay, I'm not sure how that isn't a backstab. Okay, I'm switching to Star Fist. Yep, Star Fist, carry for the win. Uh-huh. Okay. You know what? Here's the solution. There's the solution to, like, enemies constantly being annoying. Poison. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. That animation clicked real hard. Also, there's teleportation resets point. Okay, first of all, what is that actual thing? Oh, they're going to be real annoying about this, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to be real annoying. They're going to be real annoying about this, aren't they? The most obnoxious boss in the game! Like, who thought this was a good idea? I have to honestly ask, why are you still here? You're meant to despawn when he teleports. Uh-huh. I'm dead. I got him in the back! Please, 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 please. Please. No! Oh, that's so stupid. I hate this enemy. He's not even a hard enemy. He's just like... He's like an enemy where it's just like... He's so obnoxiously spammy with all his summons. Like, he would be fine if he only summoned like one person at a time, you know? But he summons like 6. It's like, what am I meant to do? There's a giant gank squad. I'm just eating fists. I'm eating laser-fied fists. It's like, this ain't very cordial. Like, I'm not summoning my mimics here to make a joke out of you. You could at least be a bit respectful, mate. Oh, wow. I hate that stupid attack. Can they just remove that particular attack from the game? Such a dumb attack. I'll admit, yes, I messed up quite a bit. I was eating attacks I shouldn't have ate. It is what it is. I hate you, fatty. And I'm sure you hate me too, but the feeling is neutral. Get over here. Get him off me. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. That's absolute glory. It's right where I wanted that. I click roll, but of course I'm mid-sprint, so that means my roll doesn't trigger until like 10 years after I click it. Yeah, I hate attacks. Like, you can't get around them. Like, it doesn't matter what attack they hit, you just can't do anything because They'll just be like, nah, negate. That was actually kind of funny. I'm not even going to joke. That flopped down. What is this lock on? Please. Lock on to I'm clicking game. This is the only, like, unless they're doing like an attack that lasts like 20,000 years, you're never going to really get away with like such things as running around them, because they'll just crack you again this time. You literally need an animation that goes for 20 years. Just look at that. You need like an animation that lasts for like 20 years to get away with any of this stuff. Like getting quick enough. And here we go, the annoying big boy coming in with his whirlwind of doom. And of course that little dip hits me, so that's the lead past the health bar, lovely. Okay, I'm just gonna come in and stop running away! Hit him! Oh. So annoying to fight. So annoying to fight, I tell ya. It's just like your brain leaks out of your ears fighting that. And now it's time for the no torrent area, isn't it? In all honesty, if there was more to do in this area, I wouldn't even mind the lack of torrent, but it's the fact that there is such a heavy... Oh, yeah. Couldn't you just have torrent, like, just stop and not kick you off so you don't get stuck in the fallen animation so long? I'm probably going to kill the boss in this area, and then I'll probably have that be the rat. I also need to get a parry shield. I keep saying this. I have to have the buckler, don't I? Yeah, I do. But do I use that, or do I use golden? I don't even know if the boss coming up has a parry animation. I know that... I hate those stone messages. But I'm not joking. I would rather there be an NPC here, like, who's lying on the floor, like, his... like, man is flying out of his eyes. He's grabbing his eyes. He's squirming on the floor. He's like, they can't be touched. They can't be touched. They're screaming and stuff like that. Because if you're going to go for vague, at least have an actual person say it, instead of just no one there. Like, an actual person who maybe accidentally traveled down there and he's holding his face like, they can't be touched. They can't be touched. Instead of, like, stupid stone signs on the floor. That really just feels sucky. Okay, here's a simple solution for you. There. How about get squished? Does that sound like a better solution? Get squished? Yeah, I think I agree with you. That's a better solution, isn't it? But no, I will say straight up. I honestly think the way they hint at the untouchables is dumb. Have an actual NPC who's just sitting there, who's maybe suffering from the effects of the untouchable, screaming out, like, holding his eyes, like, they can't be touched or something like that. They're in, like, something actually that sets a tone. Because it's just like, if you're gonna have only, like, what, 3 types of enemies, and one of them's like this major mini-boss has to be parried to be hurt. Have actual things that hint at this. Not stupid stones on the floor that are, like, ominous warnings. Unless it's, like, an actual, like, big stone pillar with, like, a warning maybe inscribed in it. That would be better than what they did. Like, just little messages on the floor. That's stupid. But they could have had it like Old Yarnum, where it's, like, there's a literal thing on the door as a warning. But that would have worked better if, like, you get to the gate and there's, like, a gate in the way and you click on the gate, it has a warning written onto it that you have to remove before you enter the location. Well, that would have been better. I'm going to be dead honest. Like, it's the little things I say with this game that really hold it back. Like, outside the boss fights just being or... But there are some boss fights, like Mesmer, who are just like, wow, you are great. You are the best thing. Why aren't there more boss fights like you? But then again, maybe Mesmer's so good because he's not as common as, like, the other kind of boss fights you get in this game, you know? Maybe that's what makes Mesmer so good. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's why Mesmer's so memorable, is the fact that he legitimately is just a boss that stands out above the rest. Because no other boss has as much, in my opinion, time put into his movesets, into his animations, into anything. Like, Mesmer is a boss with 2 cutscenes, may I say. And then his death animation is absolutely great, you know? 2 cutscenes, great death animation. Actually makes sense in the story, so he's not like Promised Consort Radahn, who just slips in and is like, howdy, bro, I'm back as a mind-controlled zombie instead of a rot-infested zombie this time. It's like, don't care. Go away, Radahn. No one wants you here. We want a different character. I would have rather straight up just fought Mikola. I'm not joking. I want Mikola just to come in bare fists and do, like, a box my face off. I would have preferred that. Like, Mikola just come in, turns out he's, like, super buff or something, and he just box your face. That would have been hilarious. I'm going to be honest, that would have made me laugh so hard, and that would have just made me not care how bad the fight is, because it would have just been so hilarious. Like, can anyone just imagine, like, ultra buff, girly head Mikola just coming in and he just boxes your head off? Like, just jabs your face in. Oh, that actually sounds hilarious. I want that now. Can someone make a mod of that? Can someone mod that in? Because that sounds absolutely the bomb. Oh, no, that actually makes me almost cry how hilarious that image in my head is. Maybe I'm biased because I find that kind of thing funny, like really buff dude, but then got the girliest head ever. Like, maybe it's just because I personally find that funny. Because it did start as like a gag, me doing that with my own characters to annoy someone because they didn't like girly looking men. And so I just made the buffest, girliest face dude ever. Just because I knew it would annoy him. Because they don't like fighting girly looking men. Because they're not a fan of femboys. But it would have been just so... Oh wait, that's my stamina? I thought that was my... Oh, I'm blind. I'm stupid. Again, another penny in the Angelo is stupid jar. But no, I tell you, no matter what I say about this game, no matter how much I say it's a 5 out of 10 or blur out of 10, I will always tell you this game always has something for me to enjoy. I will give the game credit on that. Like, it doesn't matter how much I dislike certain aspects, how much it makes me angry, how much it frustrates me. Unlike other games, this game has content where I'm just like, yeah, I enjoy that. Anyway, it's time. It's time. And I'm not doing that voice again because that hurts. Come here, big boy. Come on. Oh. Oh, I messed up. Wait, what is my parry on there? No, actually, that did not look like a buckler parry. I'm going to have to double check that because that did not look like a buckler parry. But yeah, that did not look like a buckler parry. Also, I taunted the guy and he just teleported and slapped me. Like, yep, sounds about right. That's not a buckler parry. Oh no, let's check. Does this have a buckler parry? That doesn't even have a parry! Oh no. The timing's going to be so awkward on this. So I don't want to run all the way back to the waypoint. Why am I even trying to use that? Oh, I messed up the timing. I need to hit slightly earlier, I think. I need to hit slightly earlier with this parry. If I had golden parry, I could get away because I could roll away and then parry because it would have an extra range. If I had it equipped. And buckler parry just has the most cheesy, like, animation. If you get the timing down, it's pretty much just like... It's just got so many extra frames. He's going to teleport to me, so I'm just going to run to his face. My instant parry. Okay. What is the timing on this dude? I've got it before, but I don't remember the timing. It's so hard. And the thing is, it's like, unless you got like a lot of health, I think he one-shots you. Like, you can survive it, but it takes a lot to survive it. So, it's going to be a bit awkward. Also, I believe I have 13 Erdtree now, so that's going to make the game a lot easier. When you get around 15, it's like there's no real practical gain anymore. Going to teleport now. Okay, we're just going to avoid. And then we're going to wait for him to go for it again. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, he couldn't grab me because I was already maddened. There we go! Boy! You're mine! Oh. I got cocky! I got cocky and I got punished. Oh my goodness! Stop slapping me! Get out of it! Oh jeez, that's a fight, I tell you. I'm not joking. I used to dislike these dudes, and the whole stealth segment's just like meh. I just say go in, don't stealth it, parry him. Go in, parry Kong him. Become the parry Kong you were meant to be. Come on, parries! I want a parry. I'm mad. Thankfully, I'm still in the animation. Aha! Got you, boy! Your man! Also, yes, it is when they lift their arm. That is the parry point. So, I would recommend if they explode you, roll away, let their first attack miss, and then get the second one. But yeah, that is so good. I think that's actually... It's so much more fun to fight these guys by just parry Konging them. Like, people go in and they'll be like, no, you got to stealth second. Nah, parry them. It's funner to parry them. I'm just going to be dead honest. It's funner to parry these people. Am I going the right way or am I going back? Did I go in a circle? No, no. Back to the start, isn't it? Back to the start. Where do I go again? Well, I guess we could check if there's a turn here. I think we're going the wrong way. I'm not sure. I think we're going the wrong way. And honestly, this wood is annoying to navigate. Oh, I see. There's mobile paths. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of this area, but I do feel like it's thematically the best. Like, in terms of zones, just looking at it, it looks so thematically good. If only it wasn't just filled with rats. I would actually prefer if, like, there were no mobs outside of the Madden Hands, maybe, and, like, the Abyssal Untouchables. I honestly think that would be better. If, like, there were no enemies here outside the Untouchables and just Madden Hands all over the place. I feel like that would be much better. Like, instead of having random rats and goats and stuff, like, just have it be barren. And then maybe the closer you get to the manor, the more you know it's like gangs of executioners. Wait, did I ever find this before? I don't remember this being an area. Well, am I discovering new stuff I've never found before? Let me check on the map. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found this before. I don't think I've ever found this particular spawn point before. Wow. That's something, I guess. Madness! Come to me. Okay, now dodge that and then get a second one. Come on. Okay. Come on. There we go, boy! I got the timing down. As soon as he lifts that stick by an inch, you're mine. Ooh, that was inches away from being mad and absolutely. Like, yeah, they're actually really cool. I like them now. I used to hate them, but the gimmick has actually got pretty cool. Yeah, the madness is a little awkward to deal with, but I like it. I like it. I wish there was better I feel like, you know how I would fix the status proc effects like sleep and madness, by the way? I would make it only be able to proc off a damage hit. That way you actually have to hit someone to proc it. I'd make it build up quicker, but I would make it so only damage hits build it up. So it's like correlated to like damage done. I feel like that would definitely make it like so status builds up a less glitchy, so you actually have to physically do damage to build up a status. Oh. Let's run away so I don't like aggro too. Oh wow, first them. That was perfect. Okay. Bonk. 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 That's one. Oh wow. Oh jeez. You scared me for a sec. Hello. Oh, gee, I actually, my gut sank when I saw a second one run up on me, and I'm so glad he was just running up on the death. No! No! Cheat! You cheating! He messed up my madness in me. Oh, I'm so thankful for that. I forgot he can't grab me while I'm in that animation. That's so good. I believe the only grab that actually works while you're in that animation is the lifesteal fist, but I'm not sure if they changed that. Because look, imagine madness into lifesteal. That sounds so toxic. Especially with the many ways you can cheese it up. Anyway, those guys don't respawn, do they? Also, isn't Torrent meant to be able to... I swear they, like, I heard apparently you can spawn Torrent after you've killed all the, like, guys, but I'm not sure if that's true. It would be very nice if you could spawn Torrent after killing all of them. But I doubt it's true. Sucks. But it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like this mindset of this being a more chill stream with like just jokes and fun has been far much better for my enjoyment of this game. Like just not taking it serious, you know? Don't take it like it's a serious... This ain't my job. It's a hobby. I stream and record for a hobby, yeah? So I honestly think, like, taking it serious, like, if there's a game that's completely trash bag where stuff's just not working how it should, like Undisputed, yeah, you can see in my other stream what I did. I installed that game on live stream, which I don't think I've done that in a long time. But I straight up uninstalled a game like that. And ironically, the last game I did that with, you want to know where it was? It was Undisputed. Why? Because the devs won't fix it. And they keep making it more broken. Because there's only so many punches that just don't animate correctly I can take before I'm like, this game is stupid. I'm not playing it. Because for this game, outside of like when it eats my inputs or some weird latency or glitch happens, I'm very reliant when I say, this is a parry. This is a melee. Sure, online lag can happen and stuff that shouldn't happen happens. But in the offline, I could be sure that majority of the time, unless it eats my input and glitches out, which isn't as common as it used to be, they did fix a lot of the input eating, I will say that. So really, the only input eating that exists now is if like you're running or you're rolling. And that isn't the worst input eating, it's not as... And like sometimes it eats your attack. But overall, like the input eating is a lot less common than it used to be. It's a lot less annoying than it used to be. It's a lot less frustrating than it used to be with this game. They fixed a lot of the frame rate issues with this game where I can actually turn it to higher quality and actually play it on higher quality now. Which is similar to Lords of the Fallen, though Lords of the Fallen I don't play purely because I don't like the movement in that game. I feel like it's like I'm on butter. And I don't like feeling like I'm playing on butter or something. Like it's just a really awkward feeling for a game, you know? Like the combat's fine, like there is jank to it. I feel like the animations could be improved in that game. But overall, just purely on the game itself, but I feel like Lords of the Fallen is very overhated. I feel like it's hated because it's it definitely used a like engine that it shouldn't have used. I feel like they should have stayed on the older engine, which was more stable and didn't have a history of like having issues. Instead of like just seeing all the new stuff they could do with the new engine, not realizing the new engine was very unstable. In addition, I feel like the way they handled like certain item things, and I feel like the way certain design choices were made. I feel like if they make a Lords of the Fallen 2, which I hear they're apparently going to do, my recommendation is make an action RPG, don't make Dark Souls. That would be my recommendation. I feel like this is the big issue when people want to capitalize on what FromSoft did, is they try and make a action RPG, or not an action RPG, they try and make a... Okay, that's a hitbox. That's a hitbox. Sure game. But no, they try and make a Souls game instead of making an action RPG. I feel like that's the big issue with a lot of these games, so that's why they don't work. Is they're trying to copy a game that is very one of a kind. Like, even FromSoft can't make another Demon Souls or Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2, I think, was the closest, but that had many issues in its development, obviously. So, even if, like, the game itself had a lot of good design, it obviously is lacking. Come on. Come on, boy. You want to act all tough? Well, too bad. Who's dead? No! Oh, thank goodness. Hit him! Is that all of them dead? I'm worried it's not. I have a big fear that they're still alive. Well, I'm just going to spam lock on, trying to find where they are. This is what I like this. I like the dark effect because it makes you paranoid. It makes you really paranoid, I tell you. Being in that darkness, you don't know what's there. I feel like if they had made more of the abyssal people's areas like this would have been so spooky. Like, you're walking around and you're just like, where's the enemy? Where's the enemy? Where's the enemy? Where's the enemy? Like, this is such good, good game design. Like, you know, this is such good use of lighting. You know, it probably looks more bright on your screen because the lighting on my monitor definitely is better on your end than it's on mine. You know, on my end, it's like a quarter more dark. So the darkness is like a quarter more dark. So it looks dark on your end. On my end, it's like, due to like the quality of the screen I'm using, it's not darker, but it looks like I've got less vision because my screen's a little smudged. I probably do need to replace... I need to replace a bunch of stuff. I need to replace my recording system. What happened to the audio there? That just went mute for... Was that a bug? I think my audio bugged for a second and that like made my heart jump. Oh, jeez. This game, I tell you. Oh, I love it. I've also heard Bleak Faith has got quite a few updates, so somewhen we might play that again. I'm not sure when. Probably not anytime soon, because I also want to, like, play some other games. So that is a thing. Okay, audio still syncs. The way to test if audio syncs, do a roll. If the shoulder... If it doesn't make a sound when you're starting to come back up from the end of the roll, then you know you're desync. If it, like, it's too much... Here. I'm not sure if that's, like, clear enough, but... I'm sure people get what I mean. Excuse me, sorry, air bubble, not air bubble, wind trap again. You know? Is there any untouchable? Untouchables! Where you hiding? Angelo wants to play. I'm just turning into a nutter. I tell ya, I have two modes. I have happy mode, I have angry mode, and then I have me mode, where it's like, me mode is when I got too much time on my own and there's no one around and I'm just talking to myself. And I'm like, I'm lonely, you know? And I just lose my mind. No, I believe there's an item this way, so we're going to go this way. I was going to do the items off screen, but might as well while I'm going this way. I actually really do like this area compared to how I used to feel about it. I used to not like this area at all. Also, the Zweihander is just so good for its stat requirements. Like, it doesn't really require anything. Like, look at this. Look at these stats. That's, like, nothing. Pretty much, you could start with a warrior's default deck if you really wanted to. And never really level it. And if you start as a level 1, you only need to, like, put 1 point. You don't even need to put a point in the deck. You can just wear an armor piece that naturally increases deck. So you're not actually leveling decks at all. You can go full meme with it and, like, not actually level deck. Like, that's just how good this weapon is. Like, what is my deck stat? I got at 18 because I wanted to use the crossbows, I think. But, yeah, it's just like, wow. Such a good weapon. And the thing is, it doesn't actually put, like, compared to, like, the Gux Greatsword, I would actually say for your bang for your bucks, it's actually better than the Gux Greatsword. If you're going for a minimalist stat build. So you're going for, like, the lowest you could put into every stat, it's better than a Gux build. So if you want to keep it, like, low level, like 120 or lower, this is the superior sword in my opinion. I personally feel. Because the Gut Sword as well, people are just going to expect how you're going to play. And also the Gut Sword, in my opinion, has a worse moveset. The only real time the Gut Sword is super good is if you're using, like, I think it's... Is it Barbaric Roar? Where it gives you, like, the Frenzy combo. And that's because the heavy combos into a light. Which means it does more damage than it normally should be able to do. Well, that's the only time I think the Gut Sword really outclasses this. Because, like, in that case, the percentile damage difference actually matters. You know? In that unique case. Outside that case, though, nah, it doesn't really matter. You know? Like, it doesn't really matter if it's, like, such a minute difference in stats. Like, if it's such a minute difference in stats, then it doesn't really matter. Oh, now, I remember this. This is so creepy. Like, just all these crows. Just, or, like, yeah, they're crows, aren't they? Are they crows? No. Oh, wow. These are people. I thought these were birds. No, these are people with their heads removed. Wow. That's actually real. That's such a good, like... Now, that's actual environmental storytelling, by the way. Like, people going about environmental storytelling in FromSoft games, I think that's one of their best examples. Unfortunately, this game lacks a lot of that. But that's, like, so... Oh, that's good. Now that's good.
Come no closer.
I'm gonna be honest though, I don't feel much for this boss. I feel like just having him become a nameless, headless blob sort of removes a lot of the impact from his fight. And it's like, oh yeah, he gives up and just removes it. It's just like, eh. Especially since it sort of cheapens the idea of the Lords of Friendly Flame ending of the game. It sort of just cheapens it, you know? I feel like that's an issue. It's like they just cheapen the ending. Which I feel if you do that, sort of like, it's bad design in general if you're cheapening the ending of your game. Like, Torn Diary page. I wish, like, they had separate folders for, like, pages you pick up that have notes on them. I wish there was, like, a separate thing for them. Because having to go to, like, key items and scroll down is annoying. Is it even in key items? I forget. I forget where even the torn pages go. Is it in here? Because we have letter. Where did... Does anyone remember where diary... It's in the next... Well, where diary page then? Oh, it's here. Oh, they do have their own segment. I'm an idiot. I forgot about this. I thought they were in key items. Never mind. Take back what I said. I'm an idiot. So I do... Well, I do wish maps weren't in the same segment. I touched him, but only once. When he thrust his staff in my face, I brushed it aside. It was then that I touched him, the aging untouchable. So it does actually tell you how to counter him. It just does it in the stupidest way possible. After you've already dealt with him. That's dumb. I don't like that one at all. I'm not a fan of that at all. And I dislike telling people how to do stuff in letters that you get after you've already killed the enemy, you know? I feel like it's a stupid way of doing it. I feel like having an NPC who gives you a hint earlier on, like even if it's like a guy who's dying, who's like going mad, but I feel like, or even just find a diary in the church would have been like a better way. Like something, I don't know. I feel like having already completed the area just makes the diary kind of fragment kind of useless, you know? Especially since, let's be honest, just doing random stuff, someone might actually try and parry it, you know? I'm not joking, someone might just sit there for hours just trying to parry it. Help me, I'm trapped in the corner. Oh! Jumped over the kick. I jumped over the kick. Call me Mario. I just crushed him like a Goomba. Jeez, Mario is really an actual nut job if you actually consider it. Like, Mario literally just crushes people to death. Wow. I just realized that. I will still say some of the layout in this game still makes 0 sense. I knew you were here. Don't try and act like you're hidden. I will smack you. Oh, there is one area we're going to be careful for, though. I have an explosive. I could use the iron jar. Aromatic. I'm trying to think. What should I do? Should I use the iron jar? First, let's top off my health. I think an iron jar might be the way. Let's go in here. Iron jar. Just to prevent the rats from staggering me. You know. Don't you love hitboxes? Where they're like so low to... Okay, here's my solution. Here's my solution for your stupid hitboxes. Let me heal. Let me heal. Ooh, ooh. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Am I stuck? Please don't be stuck. And now I'm stuck like this. For like the next 60 seconds. Oh wait, he dropped armor? I didn't realize that. Wrong way. But no, like, that probably was the smarter way to deal with him, just Iron Jar, and I should have just flipped from the beginning, because I don't have a low sweep. Like, that's probably the only time, like, does Guts' Greatsword have a lower sweep? I don't really know. I don't remember if Guts' has the lower sweep. He also weighs a buck-ton more as well, so that's also another thing about Guts that is worse. Where did you come from? No, where did you lot come from? Excuse me, what? Sorry, my throat's acting up a lot, so yeah, I probably will go quiet just while we're getting through this before the boss room, because my throat's being funny, so I'm just going to give it like a minute or two to rest. Ugh. Yeah, there's something weird with my throat right now. Like, I'm not sure if wind went down the wrong pipe again, because that happened like twice earlier or something, but yeah, my throat feels really weird right now, so I might pause and get a drink before the boss, just to try and help clear out my throat a bit, because it's acting like really funny right now. Like, uncomfortably so. And I'm not sure if I like strained my throat or something. But that's my concern right now, is that I've maybe strained my throat. Which I've done before, I'll be honest. I've strained it before, which isn't really a good thing. I want to be sure I haven't done that. Because I do yap quite a bit, I will say. But it's not too shocking that I might sometimes, you know, mess up my throat a bit. You know? Ooh, jeez. Yeah, I think I've messed something up. Oh well, it's not the worst thing ever. I can still play the game. It's just my throat's a bit funny. Can you even get their armor set? I don't know. I'll probably wrap it up after this boss because it's getting a bit late. It's like almost like 8 o'clock in the evening now, and I don't like recording after 8 much anymore because I get quite fatigued now in the later hours because of I'm trying to sort of fix my sleep schedule because it's been quite messed up for like years now. So I'll probably wrap this up after I get past the boss fight. I'll give it a few attempts. If we don't kill it like in like 5 attempts, I'll probably save it for next time. I think that's what I'll do. But yeah, like, let's get to the boss bonfire and then we can... Oh, wait, I can just drop down here. And then I'll get myself a drink and then we can continue on, you know. I feel like I need to get something I can just flash on the screen telling you I'm getting war or something. Like, that might be a good idea. Now, I'm thinking of going meme build, in all honesty. You know, full Iron Jar. Iron Jar meme warrior.
The depths
Because it is kind of funny. Oh, I forgot he can grab me like that, can't he? That's like no damage. Looks like nothing. Oh, I didn't do it quick enough. I will do the cut. I will let the cutscene play because it is a good cutscene. It gives my throat a second to break and some time to drink some water.
enough.
Delicious.
I have endured more than enough. I ask you forgive me, dearest Nanaya.
I'm gonna be dead honest. I actually don't like this cutscene. I think it's a stupid cutscene. Like, it cinematically looks really good, but I feel like it's just dumb. Because it's just like, it, in my opinion, so weakens the Sword of Frenzy Flame ending. And like, it really washes it down because now there's another Lords of Frenzy Flame, you know? It's just like, it feels like it doesn't have as much worth in a way. Because there's like a second one, and he's so easily killed by the player character. Well, not easily killed, but you get my point. And I'm not being mean about it, because I do definitely think, like, compared to those bosses, he is definitely a better boss. Anyway, time to meme this. Oh wow. That did not go out all the way I thought it was going to go. I guess you need full heavy armor for this to work. I think that's the issue. I need to be in heavier armor. But can I actually endure the weight of heavy... Like, I'm going to be fat rolling no matter what. So that's a thing. So do I just go full heavy armor? And try and bulk through it? Let me go through my stuff. I'm pretty sure I can upgrade this. Use on well. It increase health a bit. That doesn't really increase madness. Is what affects madness? Yeah. That's poison. Ah, here we go. That's knowing it. I put and I can focus like really hard. Okay. Oh, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then we rest to reset our madness meter. Oh yeah, that's really good looking. I'm thinking, and then we need to get heavier armor. And we need to avoid... That's the issue. We need to avoid overload while being as heavy as possible. I'm thinking maybe we go and we use this set instead. Just to avoid the overload. That's the so easy. I'm thinking this might work. Like, welcome to being Kevin. Yep, the meme. I'm thinking if we avoid getting hit and we kill the dude quick, we can then quickly pick down an iron jar. Oh, that was a mess up on my part. But not too much health loss. So. And then we go back here just to avoid that. And then we iron jar it up. Sippy you. Oh, we couldn't do that quick enough. Okay, so we'll have to do that slightly before the killing blow. Okay, that's what. I think this goes a lot better this way around. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. Oh yeah, that's. I'm thinking maybe having Savage Line Claw might be a bit more effective. I thought I rolled, but apparently my roll didn't trigger quick enough. And my Iron Jar just ran out, so now we need to get away a bit. Okay. And yeah, the issue is like reactivating Iron Jar takes too long. But that's the problem here. Like, it works in theory. I rolled, but game just ate my input, or it probably, I was still slightly in the animation previous. Really okay. Yeah, he's not a terrible boss, I will say that, like compared to the other bosses, but I'm not a big fan of him. Like, look at that range on that attack. That's dumb. Like, I just don't like arena-wide attacks in tiny rooms. And like, if his arena's width was at least twice the length it was, I probably wouldn't mind that attack. If I was honest. I'm thinking we go Starfist, and instead of going Iron Jar, yeah, we go and... What? I got an idea, Go into Ashel Falls, and we go Brick. And we go Ball. I guess we could try and parry him. We can theorize if he's parryable. I don't know if he is. I know Radahn is, but I don't know if this dude is. You know why he's like this? You know what? For this phase, we will use the sword because it's just easier. You know what? Let's use my helmet. Ooh. Love. We look so dumb. Okay, now sit this down. And we switch over to this. And we could test if he's parryable. But first, let's go around behind him. I hate the fact. Like, I feel that's the real issue with a lot of enemies. If they're tracking it is so dumb. And he is parryable. That's not parryable though. I clicked roll and my roll just got 8. My roll got... Okay, so we know he's parryable now. And it's these soft swings. So the neutral swings are parryable. Okay, that's good to know. So we could cheese the early phase by abusing soft... Anyway, let me actually put my actual armor set back on. So I actually have a full armor set instead of looking like a weird fat donut. You know? Where's my legs? Let's actually look like normal. And I'm thinking... Yeah. Go in like this. And... Okay. And you know what? We're gonna abuse this though. And now do this. There we go. Now we are ready. I forgot to click the button. Okay, run towards him. Okay, 3 hits, that's sweet. And we'll take this opening to... Oh, wait, I need to hand it, don't I? Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. I'm not really a big fan of making it so every boss has to be carried to be easy to fight. You know? I find that's kind of dumb design. Okay, so... But I'm not a big fan of designing your game like that around every fight sort of being carryable. I feel like that's a little silly. But yeah, he's so much easier when you just parry him. I feel like they should have made it like Dark Souls 2 where every weapon had a parry option. You know? Okay, kill quick. Okay, the timing on that kind of guy. Okay, that was purely me there. That was purely me messing up. That was my mistake. Okay, yeah, that's me. I'm messing up. I'm getting greedy. Okay, there we go. That's what we've done. Okay, so maybe dodge, block, and then parry. Yeah, okay, yeah, this actually really is fun with parries, I would say. I still am not the biggest fan of making it so, like, it sort of feels forced. It does feel a little forced to parry him, I'll admit. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I like that. I started parrying him and it makes the fight a lot better than it originally was. I will say that. But I will also make the caveat that I feel like it feels very forced in the DLC just to parry bosses. Like, sure, I feel like every weapon should have a parry option just natively then. Because that's honestly what it feels like. I feel like it would have been more interesting if this was like an Elden Ring 2, a bit more fleshed out. Maybe a new protagonist, all that. Maybe it's in a different continent even. I feel like that would have been much better game design. I feel like the issue is more this is the same game, and so it suffers from the same mechanics. And I feel like if they had changed the Ash of War system to be like a special like R2 attack, and then made like the L2 attack a parry on like every weapon, that would have just made the DLC much... It would have been much more easier for people to visualize, okay, these enemies are designed to be parried, you know? So you give each weapon like their own unique parry animation with like maybe each having unique parry damage against bosses. You know? I feel like that would have been better, and then maybe like giving, I don't know, shields like the biggest parry timing, so it also affects the parry window. Like, I'm not sure exactly how you'd go about it. Like, it's an interesting thought experiment. Obviously, we got what we got, but yeah, it definitely feels like this DLC the bosses a lot of the time are better for parry, like, because there's 2 straight up bosses that are made just a joke with parries. Actually 3. So 3 bosses is it Renania? Like, pretty much trying to remake Bloodborne Blood Lady boss again, because they just can't make a new boss design when it comes to twin sword people, you know? It has to be the same boss design over and over, because originality just doesn't exist. Or it's like, it's pretty much awful. It feels like they have Lady Meridia and Orphan as cause, and every boss is just trying to duplicate them. And they don't realize those bosses worked because they were unique. If every boss was Orphan of cause would have been like, eh. If every boss was Lady Meridia, he would have been like, eh. if every boss was German, people would have been like, eh. It's because they're unique that really made them good, you know? But yeah, I feel like making every DLC boss, because it's like pretty much Meridia 10.0, where they just tried to remake her again with the twin sword lady, who's like apparently a sibling of like, or something. I really don't care. They have no cutscene, no anything to really make me care about them. Their dungeon sucks. Like, there's nothing really that makes them interesting. Then you have, like... what is it? Then you have... Who's the other character who's really susceptible? Well, this boss, yeah. There we go. I literally just formed him. You have, like... What's his name? I don't even remember his name. Forgettable boss. So, Lord of Frenzy Flame. Midra, I think is the pronunciation. You have Midra, who is, I would say, very good with people just parry him. But it makes the fight really boring. Because it's like, pretty much all you're just doing is just sitting on his side, baiting out his swing that you can parry. And I feel like if they had added more timings to his attacks, so maybe made his combos a little less predictable, I wouldn't mind as much. It feels like parrying makes these fights kind of a joke. Because they're designed to just pretty much be over and over, pretty much. That's what they're designed like. This into this. Or something. And imagine if I had, like, had actually remembered to do this on top of it. This would just been cancer. It would have just been instant stagger after instant stagger, just making the fight a complete joke. I still think the fight's pretty good. I will say that. Even if I just went in with base stuff, I feel like the fight is pretty good. And then there's like Radahn, who I believe has also made a bit of a joke fight of using parries. At least his second phase, I believe, is hampered a lot by parries. He's still a bad boss. He has the hallmarks of every terrible boss design in history. At least in FromSoft history. But, like, I would say Radahn is a lot more bearable if you parry him, but it doesn't make him a good design. But all because something's more bearable does not mean it's good. He still sucks as a concept. He still shouldn't exist. He still makes no thematic sense. And it purely just feels like they use the excuse of, like, him and Melania fighting to really just have super uber Radahn be a thing. When it's just like, you could have just made a more interesting boss. In all honesty. You know? If you want to have Radahn as a boss, you could have had him as the semi-final boss instead of the final. And you could have had him be, like, the first phase all the way through. That could have also worked. It just feels, like, very cheap. Anyway, I've been yapping too much. This is meant to be the end of the stream. So, let me stop my yapping. It's been fun. 2 hours. Really good content. Good boss fight to end it off with. I'll admit he's definitely... I get what people mean. Like, if you use parrying against him, what people mean by him being a really good boss fight. I like the pacing. I do feel like it's pretty fun. I still have some issues with the boss, but overall, I think that's a solid, like, B-tier boss right there. Like, just, he's below Mesmer. Mesmer's, like, solid high A, low S tier, you know? I wouldn't say S tier, like, high A. And then this dude slapped right in the top of the B, like, around there. I think he's really good. He just lacks anything to really make him stand out to be an A tier, you know? But overall, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was fun. I think this is the second time I've ever fought him as well, like, and beaten him. Like, the second time I've beaten him. So I've never really had an opinion on him. Because my first experience with him was pretty terrible because I just didn't enjoy the DLC on my first playthrough. Which, if you watch my recordings, you will understand, yeah, I just wasn't in the mood during that. Like, very early on in the DLC, I was put off on the DLC. And I feel like playing through it in a different way multiple times. Like, because I did a shield playthrough. I did just a goof around playthrough. I'm not sure if I finished that playthrough. I might have. I don't remember. I don't think I actually did. I think I overwrote it with this playthrough. So yeah, I do definitely think, and I've fought Radahn a bunch, I fought Mesmer a bunch, and I definitely feel like that's changed, like, a lot of my way of approaching bosses. But I will just go in and use whatever most effective, and I won't use anything that's explicitly broken. Yeah, I'll do the Mimi Iron Jar bin spam with heals on top, because that's funny. But I'll use parries, but yeah, I definitely feel like, yeah, good game, good game. I'm definitely going to test out when we get to Mesmer, because I think Mesmer might be who we fight next, or we might start making our way up to Bale. And I'm going to be honest, I think Bale's kind of overrated. I feel like he's made purely by the NPC summon. I feel like he makes the fight. Without the NPC summon, Bale would just be another dancing lion with a terrible camera and a lot of spamming around the arena with dash attacks that look very stupid. Because at least with the dancing lion, it thematically made sense. With Bale, it's just like one-legged dragons just slingshotting himself, which is funny, but then it just gets annoying quick. So yeah, we'll probably do Bale next, and then we'll make our way to Mesmer, which is going to be unfun because the path to Bale is got some of the most obnoxious enemies ever on it. So that's going to be something. But still, we're going to get a nice, like, character where he's going to do his giant cry of, "Curse you, Bale!" Anyway, please do leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment. All this stuff. You know how it works. I don't need to explain to you. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. If you thought this was trash and you thought it was terrible, leave a dislike. Up to you. Please do consider checking out my other terrible content that all sucks and isn't worth your time, but maybe you'll watch it just because you're bored for a laugh. And I'll see you around. It's been a blast, been enjoyment, and peace. Peace. I need longer cables. These things keep falling.